Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments. Welcome back. Today is a really frosty day here where I am in Utah. We're expecting a ton of snow. And so I thought the perfect thing to do would be to come down and work on my Hawaii pictures because it makes me feel warmer, that and my space heater under my table. So today we're going to continue some pages working in my trip from last summer from Hawaii. Let's check out what's on my desktop. Okay, here we are, and this, excuse me, this you may recognize as the right-hand page of the last layout that we did together. I just wanted to share with you the two-page spread I did in between the one we're going to do today and the one we did in the last video. These are just some photos of Waikiki, downtown Waikiki and the shopping district. The opening or the entrance to the zoo is right near the Waikiki beach, right across the street actually. And the statue that you can see right here, it's better view of it kind of right here, of Duke Kahanamoku, I think is how you say his name, who made surfing famous, is right on Waikiki, Waikiki Beach, which is very cool. I just used a piece of the green tone-on-tone flowing grass paper for this page. I just put a 4-inch strip across it, and then I used some strips of the multiple block paper, colored block paper, and these are this one is from the tone-on-tone version of Serene Waters, the Serene Waters tone-on-tone pack, and this one is from the designer pack. The blocks are from the designer pack. The palm trees that you see here are a digital, oh pardon me, I'm so sorry, are a laser scrapbook border that I believe came with vitamin C, but I can't remember for sure. Definitely not Serene Waters. It came from an older pack and I just happened to still have it available, and so I used it on this page. I thought it was very appropriate with all the palm trees and made it look really cute. And then of course I've got a journal box down here. There may be some more embellishments that are added to this page, but for now this is the way it's gonna be. Alright, so turning our page and starting fresh with the next layout, I have some photos of the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. This we sort of happened on, not completely by accident, but we came across a sign on the freeway that said we should go look for the Punchbowl, go see the Punchbowl, which is the mountain that's just above Waikiki. As you can see, the city right here, that's Waikiki, and in the distance you can see Diamond Head way out here, and here's a better picture of it right here. Great views of the city from up here at the Punchbowl, and a beautiful, beautiful, very respectful, quiet, serene place that overlooks much of Waikiki and the surrounding area, and the hills behind it back here. If you go up on those hills, you can see the other side of the island, which is kind of cool. So anyway, I want to go ahead and create kind of just a very respectful layout for this that will go with all the green and the blue, and I'm going to throw in just a little bit of the red. To do that, I'm going to use a couple of older punches. I'm going to use one of our mountain punches, and I don't remember the name of this one. Sorry. And then this is the flag banner punch that we have that I'm going to use just to create some banners to go across the center here. So let me first show you how I'm going to make the base paper that's going to go on both sides of this. So just going to move that out of the way for a minute. I have shimmer paper that I'm going to work with today. I have two pieces of Parakeet shimmer, a piece of Starry Night shimmer, and a piece of Firecracker shimmer. That's the blue and the red. And those are going to be used, I'm going to use those to make our banners with, so they're going to just sit over here for a minute while I go ahead and create the base that's going to go on the bottom. And it's just going to be a fairly simple, but I am going to go ahead and trim off just a little bit so that we're starting with a smaller square. So I'm going to trim off 3/4 of an inch. So we have an 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 square. And so I'm going to turn that and cut another 3/4 of an inch off. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with this side. These are going to be the matching bases for underneath the photos. Not something that I'm used to doing, going and visiting a cemetery while I'm on vacation, but it felt like the right thing to do given that we were in Oahu and my husband is retired Army, and felt like the right thing to do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just put my two corners together and just crease it very carefully in the center, and then I'm going to just bring that crease out here to the edge. I'm not going to worry about creasing it in between necessarily, because you don't need to carry that crease all the way across. I am just trying to do these two edges, and then we'll continue from there. So I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to feed my paper in. Okay, come on. Going to feed my paper in the open edge all the way to the back shoulder. I'm putting the point of the paper all the way out here to the edge of the wing. Alright, and that's where I'm going to make my first punch. I'm going to hold it with my right hand out here so that it stays against that back shoulder. I'm going to punch once, and this is one of those punches that just kind of needs a little bit of encouragement. Going to go ahead and move it out so that I can align my design with that blue design on the wing, and go ahead and punch the point right here, leaving that together. Alright, and I'm going to open it up and continue to do my punching across the top from there. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing heading down this way to a point. We're not going to do all of it. Hold on, I need to flip this over and go this direction. Okay, I am going to trying to remember now how I did this. I'm going to go ahead and line up this corner again, but instead of starting at the point, I'm going to start with this design right here. This is the part that's just a little bit tricky, because you need to try to line up that design best you can. And slide it out, because we want that point to be the same. Alright, so that we keep those pages together. Then we're going to, this way, finish, come on, there we go, finish punching just this third side. I'm not going to punch all 4 sides of this one. I want it to meet in the center. Right, so just like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with my other green page. So point to point. I'm going to do this just the same as we did the other one. Point is at the end of the wing, holding my 2 points over here together. At the back, punch. Okay. Sorry for the punch abuse. This one is a little bit older and it sometimes locks up, so to my opposite corner. Basically, I'm just lining up the point, the top point of that mountain with the point of the blue design underneath, so that when I punch that end, it meets up. And of course, as I'm pointing it out to you, it didn't quite meet up. So hang on, just take that little piece off. It'll be all right. Now we're just gonna continue the punch across this last little bit of the page. Come on. It's getting caught on something inside the punch. The punch is not releasing fully each time. Come on. There we go. One more and then we're done. And I can stop the punch abuse. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm going to take, so those are our base pieces. I'm going to take these 2 pieces of shimmer paper and just punch a quick border for each, out of each of these colors. Using the flag border punch. That we will layer and make look cool as we go across the page. Okay, so there's that one. Let's do a red one. And again, if you've been watching my channel, then you know I am not the best when it comes to paper art. It's not really my bag, but I love my punches because I can do some fantastic things and make my designs look really, really cool without spending hours and hours and hours and having to design and try different designs. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do is put those up there. We're just going to do one page at a time. So we're going to set that page over there. And that base. Yeah, that's going the right way. Okay. So I'm going to grab my repositionable adhesive and add this to carefully to the outer edges of my punched design. A little bit down that side, a little bit just in the middle, give it some reinforcement. Okay, now I'm carefully going to remove these photos so that I don't forget where I wanted to place them. And we're just going to center this and put it right up to the jeeping right here in the middle. So the paper comes right up to the jeeping on that straight edge, and then smooth it out gently from there. Okay. Now this page, or this picture that goes across the bottom, you may have noticed is a collage photo. I combined about four or five different photos to create this one. I'm going to put it at about 3/8 of an inch from the bottom on both sides so that it will it'll be a great panoramic that'll just go right across. This one right here is half of a photo that's on the other page. I don't do that very often, but occasionally it's nice to place a photo half on one page and half on another page. And I think what I want to do with this one is frame it. I've got enough of the blue here. We could frame it in blue, but I think it would look better either in white or in red. So let me grab some other papers. So I've got red shimmer, which looks really nice, I think. Or we've got white. Or we could do both. All right, I'm gonna try something here. We're going to do a triple. Let's see if we can do a triple frame. Never tried to do a triple frame before. Let's just see if it's even possible, or if it would look like too much, right? Okay, so we're gonna do 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. We could gut these, and that would save us a little bit of paper. I'm going to do 7 1/2. 5 1/2. And this one would be 5 3/4. By 7 3/4. Now what I'm going to do is go through and just take out the center, because I can hear you saying, why did you not why did you waste so much paper? That's what I can hear you saying. So I'm not going to waste as much paper. I'm just going to come through here and just kind of take out the center. All I'm doing is making a 1-inch frame so that I can use this paper on something else. And I'm going to do the same thing on each one of these colors. Not really used to doing this on the fly. Usually I set it up with clips. If you have clips, That's really the smarter way to do this. But this works too. Since I'm not really concerned because nobody's going to see my cuts, I'm just being careful not to go too far at the bottom. Or at the top. All right. Now, if I did it right, let's see if I did it right. If I did it right, we have a red, white, and blue frame. So I'm going to just add some adhesive to this. And then add some adhesive to this. I was just going to do red and white or red and blue, but you know, this is good. This is good. Really makes the flag stand out, and I love that. Perfect. Okay, so we've got still going to honor the same, roughly the same border as I did down here at the top, but trying to keep this picture centered and within about 1/8 of an inch border between. Okay, so there's those two. And then I also wanted to put these two photos, which are part of the view, here on the side, since we have a lot of sky over here. Okay. All right, so that's one side. Now we're going to do the other side, and then we'll get to those the banners that we punched up there on the top. So let's take the pictures off and get some repositionable adhesive on this . should do it. And then we're just going to center it, remember, with the flat edge right up to the jeeping. There's so many little angles on this punch to catch with your fingers. You can't really smooth it out like you normally would because you catch those little teeny bits. Okay. Now, just to be sure, I'm going to put my pages together so that I can make sure my photos line up. Again, since this is a panorama down here at the bottom, I want it to be right up against the jeeping so that that picture obviously carries across. Of course, the tree really helps because it carries your eye across, so that's a good thing. I'm just going to get some adhesive on these other photos. It was so quiet there. Really a beautiful, beautiful place. Okay, now I'm going to do again the same thing and put my pages together so they are level. Then I can take this photo and make sure that it is level because it's the other half of the one on the first side that we did. This one is going to go down 1/8 of an inch away and 3/8 of an inch from the top. Now this is going to look a little bit different because of the fact that we mounted that other photo, but I'm still going to use the same border up here that I did over here. And then this one is just a wee bit away from the edge. Each of the trees that line the road that goes up to the cemetery have these markers out in front of them, and they are dedicated to an individual. I don't know if it's the individual that bought the tree and donated it or if it's a different individual, not really sure. But okay, so my idea was to kind of create a bunting that would go across both pages, and I think rather than just running it across and cutting it in the middle, what I'd like to do is do a 3 and 2. See how there's 5 portions of the swag. I'm going to cut it at 3 and 2, and then that way we can something in my ear. And then I'm going to cut these so that they can bend just a little. At least that's the idea. We'll see if that works. Maybe I should have cut it the other direction, down from the top. So not cutting it so that they meet, just cutting it to the side. Let's see if this helps the paper kind of bend a little. There, that's a little bit better. And I don't want it to cover up the photo, so we'll put it underneath the photo. Okay, so some adhesive. We'll start from the middle right here. And then we'll tuck that one underneath, just kind of like that. Come on. And this one, it to pucker necessarily, but it does need to kind of bend just a little. Something like that. Then we'll cut, and we'll just do, so I'm cutting up from the bottom, even with the cutouts on either side. Then I'm cutting down from the point on the top just to the side of where I cut it the first time. And that enables me to bend it a bit without it puckering all over. Like that. This needs to go underneath this photo. Come on, work with me here. Let's pop that up. There. I don't really like this blue one, but I don't know if I can get it off now that I've got it down, even though it's on there with, yeah, there we go. Positionable. Just kind of like that. So I just tucked that end underneath my frame. I'm not going to worry about that right there, but it might look nicer if it was underneath that photo. There we go. Okay. And then this one. Oop. Flip it over. Okay, just gonna lift this picture back up so I can put that under, make it look a little cleaner. Same thing here with this photo. All right, there we go. And I think that's all I'm going to do, other than adding just a little bit of journaling, maybe either here or here. And then we'll leave that just like that. What do you think? Sorry for the glare again. I need to try to figure out what's causing that. There you go. Yeah, you can see both pages. All right. Well, I'm happy with that. I hope that that's respectful and satisfactory and appropriate for this album. I feel like it is. It kind of draws the attention to the fact that it's a very different page than the rest. Still sightseeing, but also paying our respects. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do hope that you can find many more creative moments in your life, and I hope you'll come back and join me next time. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks so much. Have a great day.